Good morning from Vegas. Trying to get this thing figured out as far as the Google Live Hangouts. I'm going to be going over Canva pro tips for how we use Canva in our business, Facebook advertising. The Google Live thing is a little bit new for me, so you'll have to be a little bit patient. It said I could go for 8 hours. I don't plan on going that long, but I just wanted to show you how I use Canva. Somebody may know better than I, but wanted to give you some pro tips for how I use it, and hopefully it becomes something that helps you in your business. We do a lot of Facebook ads. We do a lot of creation. I can't even imagine if I relied on designers to kick out everything that I needed for my business. And so I kind of taught myself Canva and wanted to just give it to you to be able to design your own materials for your Facebook page or whatever. We create flyers from it. We really do everything. So with that, I'm going to turn my screen share on so you can see my screen, and I'll try to walk you through as much as I can of what I do. So let's go desktop 2, start screen share. All right, so going to advertise a property this morning. So what I want to do is I want to hop into my Gmail account. My assistant sent me, I just booked a travel agent rate on my Disney for spring break. We're going to stay at the Grand California Hotel. Got a great rate. But anyways, all right, Whitney, here's the pictures for this property. Download. I'll pop on I use Safari on Mac. I haven't used a PC in forever, so I can't really speak to using Canva on a PC, although I have toyed around with it and it seems very similar. So what I do is I created a Dropbox account called JTG Casas, and what I end up doing is dragging and dropping my photos into there so that when I need them from time to time, I'm always able to go back and get them. So this property, I do not believe is listed yet. It's a one-story property in Las Vegas on a huge lot with RV parking, which is something that means quite a bit to us. So we'll try to highlight that. I'm going to do a coming soon Facebook post for it. So let me hit up my assistant to find out exactly where we're at price range on this. In the meantime, I'll get Canva pulled up.
Hello.
Hey, where are we at on that new listing in Log Cabin, price-wise?
We are listing this one for... Karen's got a new listing too.
It's not on, we haven't put it on the MLS yet, right?
It's pressed on the MLS, but it's not on. But we're listing Canyon Park. 330.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Just to take you back to the main page of Canva, I know others probably do different tricks. I always end up, it seems like, on this Kilimanjaro presentation. It just, for some reason, works really well with our Facebook page. So I click the Kilimanjaro. It pulls up in those dimensions here. I will pick a picture to use as our main image. There was one of the backyard that I really liked that highlighted the RV parking, so I'll probably just drag and drop that little guy here. So I drag and drop it. It automatically starts to populate itself here. I drag the corners to fit in the parameters I want it to be. I actually like it to have a little bit of space up top and down below, because then I know that with Facebook, the way that they handle their images, it'll allow me to design a banner right in this area without hiding it when I post it on Facebook. So I do a whole bunch of things. I use a lot of the Canva pre-designed buttons, if you will, and I'll type text over them. But one of the things I've really, and those are relatively easy to use. These guys in here, they're all free, offered by Canva. One of the things that I really like to do is design my own element. So I'll click elements, I'll click shapes. Then from here, I'll create this little guy. It basically gives me a box, but allows me to drag the corners to be the size I want it to be. So with this one, obviously black isn't something that is super attractive. I will usually change the color. So I click inside the box, come up here, I turn it white. And then what I'll do is I'll come up here to the transparency button, and I will click on the transparency and drag it down just to an area that I feel comfortable with. So I like that. It shows a little bit of the background image while also allows my text to stand out. So from here, the next step is relatively simple. I'll come and I'll click on Add Headline. It gives you a real fat face text standard when you click on that button. I actually like it. So I'll come in here and say get it, or get, maybe I'll just say get access before it's listed. So I'll come here and I'll just say, try to spell things right. Sometimes I gotta create a text box just for spell checking. Double check myself. Be sure they're right. Get access before it's listed. I don't love the way that black text looks there, so I'll highlight the text, which you don't have to highlight as long as you're clicked in that text box, and I might do like a red. I don't love that red, so I'll click on it and make it a little bit deeper. So get access before it's listed. I'll create another text box, drag it down here, and I'll say, I need some statistics on the property. So I'll come in here to my MLS. I don't know that access is the best way to say that. I may say it a little bit differently, but so I'll come in here and I'll say 7916 Canyons. It's our local MLS. It's not popping up there, so I'll come here into our tax record 7916 Canyons. I'll just look on the tax record. The thing I need to know is how many bedrooms we have, which I think is 4. You know how big the lot is, which is almost 1/4 of an acre. I'll probably say 1/5 of an acre. It's 1,800 square feet, built in 2008. All right, cool. So I've got the ammunition I need. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to say 1/5 acre lot. I like the dashes, dash RV parking, 4 beds. So I'll do that there. Now I have used emojis from time to time. Emojis are tricky. There is a trick on your keyboard if you're using a Mac that is Control Command Spacebar all at the same time. Will pop up an emoji list. The problem is it won't allow you to download. You have to screenshot at that point. But just for the sake of doing it, I'm going to pop the target in there because it is one that I like. Let's see, where'd you go? Why is this not playing nice with me right now? All right, so I'm going to come here. I'm going to say target. I'll drag this little guy right here. And then I may create another one. And I'll say house. And I will drag this little guy over here. Now I probably want those emojis bigger. So in order to make them bigger, I have to just come up here to the, it's technically the text size that I'm making bigger because I have it in a text box. That one actually looks pretty good. All right, so if I don't have these saved as JPEGs, if I haven't downloaded the JPEG of an emoji, what I'll end up doing is with my Mac, I can make the screen size bigger without damaging resolution. And then what I'll do is Shift, Command, and 4 allows me to take a screenshot. So I'll come up here to the top corner and I will screenshot this entire thing. Now, if I don't want to use a screenshot and I want to download, I've got to change the emojis I use, or I have to get PNGs that match. It can't necessarily be a JPEG because if I download a JPEG image, it won't show the transparency behind it. A JPEG comes as a big picture where a PNG comes as a graphic that lays on top. So just for the sake of fun, I will go house PNG into my Google search, and I'll come in here and I'll say images, and then I'll find one that I like. So you can always tell a PNG usually because it'll have this checkerboard behind it. So what I'll do is I'll drag this onto my desktop, and then it's easy to go back to my presentation and I drag and drop that image, that PNG image into here. That kind of looks like a shack, so it may not be the best one to use, but then now I have this PNG image that I can use on my property or on my picture. And then to adjust the size, I just make it bigger or smaller like that. So from here, if I created this little guy and then I wanted to maybe grab a heart, I have a free heart PNG that'll pop up. So I click on it, it pulls into my screen, and from there I'm able to drag and drop this as well. So now rather than screenshotting this, I can download it. So I come here, I click download. I always, rather than a PDF, end up downloading a PNG or a JPEG. So I download it, it's going to create it. And when it's done, it'll pop up here into my downloads as well as it'll pop up on my desktop. So from here, I can just drag and drop this into my Facebook ad. So that pretty much is how I use Canva on my Facebook page. So feel free to ping me if you have any questions. Canva is a great tool. We used to use PicMonkey. I don't love it as much as I do Canva. PicMonkey I found to be very easy to use. But as always, feel free to ping me. My email address is joe@joetaylorgroup.com. I'd love to help whoever I can. You know, part of the strategy we use on Facebook is the way we design our ads with things like Canva, but obviously it's a lot deeper than that. If you need some help with your Facebook marketing, ping me as well, joe@joetaylorgroup.com. Thanks. Have a great day.